If you're planning a trip to Disneyland, that means you also need to do some food planning. And for good reason, so stick around and I'll show you why. Plus, everything you need to know about every food option available in Disneyland. And not only am I going to give you the down low on every food option in Disneyland proper, but I'm also going to give each location at Disneyland a dining score to give you a good idea of popularity, plus some eateries will get an extra special award. So let's start with filling you in on my score system. 1 Mickey means I never want to eat there again. I got food poisoning or something really terrible happened there. 2 Mickeys means I'll only eat there if I absolutely have to, but it's most definitely not my first choice. 3 Mickeys means I can take it or leave it. You know, it's nothing too special, but I'm also fine with eating there. 4 Mickeys means it's a very good place. I would suggest it to friends and anyone who I like, which includes you. And 5 Mickeys is a you have to try it. I try to go there whenever I can. Now let's get started. Starting off on Main Street, USA, you have the Carnation Cafe. And the price range to eat here is anywhere from $8 to $21. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is a casual dining eatery. And since the dining area is quite small, I highly suggest making reservations ahead of time. Luckily, it's not too hard to get a spot here. They serve classic American home cooking there. Breakfast time is my favorite time to eat here. Not only are the Mickey pancakes and waffles adorable, they're delicious as well. You get amazing views of all the hustle and bustle of everyone coming into the parks. I have tried every single thing on their breakfast menu and it's all very delicious. Really a great way to start out your day at Disneyland. Even the oatmeal at the Carnation Cafe is super tasty. The American Classics theme will continue through lunch and dinner with items like patty melts, chili, fried pickles, fried chicken and turkey sandwiches, the kind of food my grandparents would approve of. They have a good basic kids menu, and they'll usually bring out some coloring to keep the kiddos busy while you wait. During this Halloween season, you'll also be able to find a spicy chicken sandwich here, and it gets my most nostalgic award, as well as 5 Mickeys for being one of my absolute favorite places to eat breakfast in Disneyland. And just right next door to Carnation Cafe, you'll find another Disneyland classic, the Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor. You'll be able to get some good old-fashioned ice cream treats here for around $5 to $7. This is a Disneyland classic for many families. It smells like delicious waffle cones the second you walk in there, but it can get very, very busy around parade times, fireworks shows, and even around closing time when everyone's shopping on Main Street. This fall, you'll be able to find the Reston Chocolate Sundae with Rocky Road ice cream, cookie crumbles, and a chocolate-dipped cone. I can see why it's a classic for so many, but for me, the lines can get so long and the ice cream isn't special enough for me to make it a must-go-to every time I visit, so it only gets 3 Mickeys from me, and I know that's probably going to have some people so angry at me. But I want to be honest with you. Speaking of people being angry with me, I know I'm going to get chased out of town for my opinion on this one. The Market House Coffee Shop across the street from Gibson Girls. It has one of the longest lines in Disneyland in the morning, and it pretty much just serves Starbucks coffee. Sure, I know some people are absolutely obsessed with their Starbucks, but I cannot justify spending thousands of dollars to go to Disneyland and then stand in a 30 to 45 minute line for Starbucks coffee. I just can't. And maybe if I was a local with annual passes, it wouldn't be such a big deal for me. But you can literally find coffee everywhere where there's mobile order in Disneyland. That will caffeinate you just the same, so you don't have to start your Disneyland day off already standing in a line for coffee you can get at home. Market House Coffee only gets 2 Mickeys from me, and here comes the hate mail. Of course, a day at Disneyland isn't complete without a healthy dose of sugar, and the Candy Palace on Main Street, USA is a fabulous place to get your sugar fix. This is the kind of place that my family refers to as a treatorium, where you just walk in and there's candy and treats everywhere. There's most definitely something for everyone here, with rotational treats to fit the season or any special events that are going on. The holidays is my favorite time to visit this place, but year-round it's very consistent in its deliciousness. And don't forget to check out the cast members, meticulously dipping treats into chocolate, preparing them for the glass cases all around the Disneyland park. The Candy Palace gets the Sweetest of the Sweet award for me for very obvious reasons and gets 5 Mickeys, because I love me some sweets. Speaking of sweets, found all over Disneyland parks are churro carts. These delicious fried and crispy on the outside, yet soft and cakey on the inside treats. They can be found in almost every single land in Disneyland, and will have various flavors depending on the season and which cart you're at. I'm a big-time Disneyland churro fan. It's considered breakfast for me when I'm at the parks. I love all of the flavors, whether they're just rolled in sugar or you dip them in sauce. This fall you'll find all kinds of fun flavors like Twix-covered churros, sweet potato cheesecake churros, ones rolled in Oreos, plus orange flavored with dipping sauces, as well as peanut butter drizzled churros. So buckle in tight if you're a fan. The next is a great place to go if you want to sit down and have a great meal, but you don't want to spend a lot of time doing so. That's the Plaza Inn, found at the end of Main Street, near Sleeping Beauty's Castle and the Matterhorn. The Plaza Inn has indoor and outdoor seating with an elegant and vintage ambiance. For lunch and dinner, you can get a kids meal for around $7.50, $8, and $15.50 to about $20 for a 2 to 3 course meal for an adult. But the great thing about this place is the portions are so large that you can actually easily share them with another person. So you can get a pretty good meal for a pretty decent price as far as, Disneyland pricing standards are concerned. Plus, the fried chicken here is really, really good, no lie. The other nice thing about the Plaza Inn is that it's a fast casual dining experience, so you just need to walk in and grab a tray, pick the food that you'd like and ask the cast member for it. Then you just take your food to a register and pay, and then you just need to find a table and you're ready to dine. So it's really fast and convenient. They also always have really tasty seasonal desserts there as well. Now for breakfast, the Plaza Inn is the only place in Disneyland where you can do a character dining experience. You need to make reservations ahead of time to do this dining experience, usually around 60 days ahead of time, to have your choice of times and dates. It's $24 per child and $41 per adult, and you get to enjoy a breakfast buffet while dining and rubbing elbows with some of your favorite characters found in Disneyland. If you have little ones who love characters, this is a must-do experience in my book, and saves you a lot of time waiting in long character lines later on in the day. In the fall time, you'll find not only Halloween-themed desserts, but a prefixed dinner package for lovers of short ribs and spooky stuff. All in all, the Plaza Inn gets 5 Mickeys for tasty food, lovely surroundings, and overall experiences available. Next to the Plaza Inn, you have the Little Red Wagon corn dog truck. This cute little vintage truck used to actually live at the Plaza Inn back in the days, but now it spends its days pumping out corn dogs to happy Disneyland customers day in and day out. If you're a lover of corn dogs, Disneyland is a great place to indulge, and this place has you covered. But I highly suggest using mobile order to avoid the very long line that builds up very quickly at this little truck. Overall, if you're a corn dog lover like myself, this place is going to get a 4 Mickeys for you. Otherwise, go ahead and pass it up. Across the way is the Jolly Holiday. It has outdoor seating only. You can mobile order or walk up to order here. Inside, you'll find hints of Mary Poppins in its decor. It serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with influences from both American and French-style bakeries. It's best known for its baked goods and sweets, with the coconut Matterhorn macaroon and the Mickey raspberry macaron being the most popular. But really, you almost can't go wrong with any of the delicious options they have. The meal options are going to be more in the sandwich, salad, and soup category, ranging from $11 to $15 for either a sandwich and chips, or sandwich and soup, or a fresh salad with a breadstick. My family's favorite is the Jolly Holiday Combo, which is a classic American grilled cheese with a tomato soup to dip it in. The Jolly Holiday will always have a plethora of holiday treat options as well, and for this reason, it also gets the Sweetest of the Sweet award for me. And one of my favorites for value, ambiance, and overall taste, earning itself 5 Mickeys. Next to the Jolly Holiday, and our last Main Street eatery, Refreshment Corner. Although they offer mobile order, you usually can just walk right up to the counter and order with a minimal wait, unless it's at the height of the crazy lunch rush. You're not going to find anything too fancy here, mostly just hot dogs and pretzels with some seasonal offerings. It's most definitely one of the more affordable options as far as Disneyland food is concerned. Overall, a plenty fine grab-and-go type of place. For this fall, you'll find a spicy chili dog there. The best part about this location is the live piano players that sit between the Refreshment Corner and Jolly Holiday, and lands itself 3 Mickeys. Moving into Fantasyland now, you have Maurice's Treats, a great place to go to grab a bread-centric snack or a frozen boysenberry slush on your way to watch a show at the Royal Theater, or on your way to meet one of the many princesses found in the Royal Hall. This charming little snack cart earns itself 3 Mickeys for getting the job done when all you need is a quick snack to get you by. One of the only sit-down eateries in Fantasyland is the Rose Tavern. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and has plenty of indoor and outdoor seating. Breakfast is one of my favorite times to eat at the Rose Tavern because it's right where all the characters walk past in the morning. You can also get food really quick here if you mobile order, or you can just order at the register, but mobile order seems to be fastest here. I'm not going to lie, they changed the menu up here and I don't like it as much as I used to. They now have tater tots instead of garlic fries, and everything is less European and more run-of-the-mill American, which is fine. It's just not as special as it used to be. The most important part though is they still have the gray stuff, and sometimes even a seasonal gray stuff. They usually will have a fun seasonal cold brew coffee drink there. It's also fun to dine outside during the fireworks at the Rose Tavern. It still barely gets a 4 Mickeys for me, mostly because of location and atmosphere. The food has kind of become so-so. Continuing in Fantasyland, at Edelweiss Snacks, across from the Matterhorn, is where you'll take care of your cravings for meats. Yes, this is the location where you find the love it or hate it gigantic turkey leg. There's nothing too fancy found at this Swiss-style shanty, mostly just enormous turkey legs, bratwursts, and pretzeled breads. But if the line at the Matterhorn looks like it's going to be a long one, it might not hurt to grab a snack on your way into the line. It does the job by putting meats into your mouth, so it earns a score of 3 Mickeys for me. And not too far away by the Fantasyland Theater, you'll find the Troubadour Tavern, which currently has food that has African influences in it, to go along with the live musical show of The Lion King. I actually like the flavors and the idea of the food that's here. What I don't like is there's literally nowhere to eat it unless you want to walk a little bit. And a lot of the food options are fork and knife type of foods, and it just doesn't lend itself to eating on your lap while you're watching a show on those benches. I mean, I have had what we call a Disney-style picnic in this area before, which means you basically just sitting down on the cement in the middle of the park because there's nowhere to eat. But it's most definitely not my preference. It also has really random opening and closing times. I just wish I could give it a better score for now, but it's gonna have to be 2 Mickeys for me. Hopefully this food will get a better home one of these days. Moving through Fantasyland and back into Toontown, you'll find just 2 main eateries there. First, you have Cafe Daisy, where you can either mobile order or order at the counter. It only has outdoor seating options and clearly caters to kids with its strictly hot dogs, pizza, donuts, and lemonade menu. Although I do have to give them props for throwing in a plant-based option. My husband thanks you. Because of all of this, Cafe Daisy's earns the Super Kid Friendly Award and receives a 3 Mickey score. Right next to Daisy's Cafe, you have Good Boy Market, one of the healthier food options in the entire park. For $26, you can get a perfect picnic basket and pick 3 snack items to fill it with, or you can just buy the items a la carte. Everything at this cart seems to be gluten-free and nut-free, which earns the Good Boy Market the Gluten-Free Friendly Award. And of course, you can enjoy your picnic on any of the green spaces in the area as long as it's not too busy. I'm giving 4 Mickeys for Disney trying to provide options for those with food allergies, but still being fun at the same time with it. And of course, it's not a Disneyland day without popcorn. And even if you don't like popcorn, you can get a kick out of finding all of the little popcorn characters that are grinding the popcorn machines. Moving on to Tomorrowland, we're going to start with Alien Pizza Planet. It has seating options both outside and nicely air-conditioned inside. You'll find some, pretty average theme park pizza and pasta here, with the addition of some interesting seasonal flavors here and there, like, hamburger pizza and enchilada pizza, plus you'll get a couple of different kinds of pastas. It'll run you $8 for a slice of pizza or about $12 for a pasta. You'll find spaghetti and meatballs or mini pizzas for the kiddos. The desserts are always really cute and spot on with the theming. Is this the best place in Disneyland to eat? Probably not, but it earns itself 3 Mickeys for getting the job done and having some cute theming and getting you out of the sun. Across from the Pizza Planet is the other large eatery in Tomorrowland, the Galactic Grill. The Galactic Grill is one of the few locations that also offers breakfast as well as lunch and dinner. It offers mobile order and quick service. All of the seating is outdoors, but most of it is covered. You're going to find more of your basic American food here, like chicken, burgers, wraps, chopped salads. Same with the kids' meals, and it also offers a toddler meal. And for the fall time, you can pick up the very popular Darth by Chocolate dessert. Like most of the Tomorrowland food, it's nothing too fancy, and it gets 3 Mickeys for me. You'll see the biggest food crowds in Tomorrowland at the heat of the day, afternoon time, but I think Tomorrowland is best at night with its neon glow and kinetic energy. You can also make reservations at the Tomorrowland Skyline Terrace for the themed prefixed meal in a unique setting, and on fireworks nights you can get a special view of the show. You can check out more on this information on my How to Do Fireworks video if you're interested in that. Now it's time to travel over to Adventureland, where you'll find the Tiki Juice Bar. The Tiki Juice Bar serves just 2 things: pineapple Dole Whips and Dole Whip floats made with pineapple juice. Usually you can order it at the register, but I highly suggest doing it from mobile order due to its popularity. I really can't stress enough how important it is to get the Disneyland app on your phone ahead of time and figure out how to make reservations for dining and make mobile orders on it. Because on a busy day, you have to pre-order your Dole Whips early in the day to even get one. Besides being an awesome Disney classic to pair with the Tiki Room, Dole Whips are also vegan and gluten-free, which earns this stand the most vegan-friendly award and 5 Mickeys. And hey, if you're liking this video today, do me a huge favor and subscribe to my channel, or just even like this video. That way I know what you like and I can keep making content that you like. It's a win-win thing, I promise. Okay, I'll let you get back to your video. You can also get Dole Whips in different flavors and combinations next door at the Tropical Hideaway, as well as some tropical snacks with Asian influences. The Tropical Hideaway does not do mobile order though, and is one of the last food locations at Disneyland that just does the good old-fashioned walk up and order system. The tiki torches and the sound of the Jungle Cruise add to the overall adventure vibe to this place. It most definitely is one of my favorite places to hang out in the evening times. And it receives a 4 Mickey score from me. Across from the Indiana Jones ride, you'll find the Bengal Barbecue, a place responsible for the delicious roasted pepper and barbecue smell in that area. It offers mobile order and quick service with minimal seating, which isn't the worst because you can eat at the Tropical Hideaway. They serve barbecued meats and veggies with the option of making it into a rice plate combo where you can mix and match your skewers and get a side of citrus coleslaw as well. You can also get the hummus trio or a pineapple spear as some added roughage to flush out all of that heavy park food you've been eating all day. And the jungle julep is super sweet but tasty if you like sweet drinks. The Bengal Barbecue gets both the most gluten-free friendly award and the most vegan friendly award thanks to most of the food being fresh, whole foods. You may want to say no thanks to the sauce on the meat to be safe if you have celiac, but this place is probably your best bet for finding a complete meal without it being complicated, and it gets 4 Mickeys from me overall. And of course, don't be afraid to ask any cast member or check online beforehand to check any information on food allergens. Just past Adventureland, you will find New Orleans Square. And tucked in a little corner by the Pirates Queue is the Royal Veranda, a small quick-service window with mobile order that offers warm, hearty soups served in bread bowls, which makes it the perfect place to grab a bite on a chilly Disneyland night. They will usually have a seasonal soup offered here as well. I've heard good things about the potato leek soup that they have right now. I'm giving the Royal Veranda 4 Mickeys because it also is the home of the Mickey beignets and mint juleps while Tiana's Palace is under construction. And man, do I love to grab a mint julep and some beignets and just take in the rivers of America's sights and sounds. Of course, what would New Orleans Square be without the Pirates of the Caribbean ride? And what would the Pirates ride be without the Blue Bayou restaurant? One of Disneyland's most coveted restaurants to snag a dining reservation at, the Blue Bayou open for lunch and dinner, and although you can join the wait list to eat at the Blue Bayou, making a reservation at this unique dining table service style restaurant is pretty much necessary to eat here. This is a dining experience you should try to have at least once if you can. It won't be a cheap meal by all means, but the food is always delicious here, and one of the closest options to fine dining in Disneyland proper. With Cajun Creole influenced food that fits right into its setting, I've tried the Monte Cristo, a pork chop, the pistachio lemon basil pasta, the heirloom tomato watermelon salad, and salmon from here, and none of them disappointed. That's why I've given the Blue Bayou the Date Night Approved Award, as well as, of course, 5 Mickeys. And if the Blue Bayou is a bit too much cheddar to bite off for you, but you still want a pleasant New Orleans-style dining experience, I suggest Cafe Orleans. Especially when you can get the same Monte Cristo sandwich as the Blue Bayou, but for $7 less, and bottomless mint juleps for almost the same price as getting one from the Mint Julep Bar, plus all the vibes and energy from dining right in the middle of New Orleans Square. It even has a fabulous kids menu. It's still a bit on the pricey side, but this is one of my favorite places to dine, and I try to do so whenever I'm visiting the parks. So naturally, I give Cafe Orleans 5 Mickeys. And I'm looking forward to the return of what used to be the French Market and is now going to be Tiana's Palace, opening on September 7th, 2023. I can't wait to see what dishes they've come up with and any of the entertainment that may be there. I'm sure it will be very popular when it opens, so expect local crowds on that day, and I'm sure the crowds will continue after that. On your way to Critter Country, you'll find the Harbour Galley, a quick-service seaside shanty that also offers mobile order. Following the ship and sailor theme, this location offers seafood on-the-go food, like lobster rolls, tuna sandwiches, and clam chowder in the sour bread bowl. The lobster roll is okay here. It's not a have-do every time I come to Disneyland. They also have a compressed watermelon salad that tastes like a poke bowl. It's actually really good. The Harbour Galley doesn't have a ton of seating options, but if you want to get away from the crowds and want a view of Splash Mountain construction, you can follow the dock behind the buildings for some private tables. Harbour Galley gets 3 Mickeys from me. Down in Critter Country, you'll find the Hungry Bear, a quick-service mobile order eatery with tons of outdoor seating. They offer spicy chicken sandwiches, burgers, beignets, loaded onion rings and fries, and seasonal funnel cakes. It can be a real gut buster if you let it, and that's why it gets the Gut Buster Award for me. But it also gets the Super Kid Friendly Award for having your typical hamburger, chicken nuggets, and mac and cheese options for the kiddos. You can also just order a lemonade and take in one of the most peaceful views in all of Disneyland. Hungry Bear gets 3 Mickeys, but I can see why many people have it as a must-go-to as well. And past the Winnie the Pooh ride, you'll find Pooh Corner, the absolute cutest sweets shop in all of Disneyland. You'll find a lot of the same sweets from Candy Palace, including a candy-making viewing window, with one exception, the Tiggertail, which is a citrus marshmallow, dipped in caramel, and then white chocolate, a real cavity zinger for sure. Pooh Corner gets 4 Mickeys for me, because I'm an introvert and I love me a quiet nook full of treats. Also in Critter Country and throughout the parks, you'll find fruit carts, which are perfect when you need to fuel back up on vitamins and electrolytes. My family's favorites are the giant pickles, both the spicy and the regular, and the pineapple spears. Those little fruit carts have been lifesavers for us more than once, let me tell you. As you exit Critter Country, you'll find yourself adventuring into another galaxy. Galaxy's Edge, that is, or Star Wars Land, whatever you want to call it. If you ask me, the theming is on point here, and the food is no exception. This land is not for the picky eater that is scared to try new things. Even the popcorn at Katsaka's Kettle is not your average popcorn. And big-time Star Wars fans will find themselves having to try a blue or green milk at the milk stand. This refreshing slushy drink is coconut and rice milk based, so it's actually dairy-free. Most people love one flavor over the other. I like the blue because it's more berry flavored. The green reminds me of the Tampico punch every 90s kid drank millions of gallons of, so I prefer the blue. They'll also have seasonal renditions of this drink as well, plus it's super fun to photograph. If you like to try new things, do it for Instagram, or simply love Star Wars, the milk stand is for Mickey's, otherwise it may be a pass. And for a more adult-friendly atmosphere, you might want to try to make reservations at Oga's Cantina or join the walk-up list. Oga's has pretty limited seating, so it can be a bit tricky to get into, plus it's very popular. They say they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but really it's mostly a Star Wars themed bar that is open from 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. and has some bar snack food as well. And while they allow all ages here, I wouldn't say this is a bring the entire family type of place. Rather, it's a hanging out with some friends, having a unique experience kind of a place. Very date night friendly for sure, that's why it's getting my Date Night Approved award. A 5 Mickey for big time Star Wars adults for sure. A bit further down the street is Docking Bay 7, another unique dining experience for sure. It's a quick service and mobile order place that serves lunch and dinner. It has inside and outside dining, but the inside is way cooler. I actually think this place is super fun. It's themed from head to toe. You won't find your run-of-the-mill chicken tenders and burgers here. Rather, you'll find interesting fusion flavors presented in intergalactic ways, perfect for the adventurous foodie type, and that's why it gets my Fun Foodie Find award. And gets 4 Mickeys for overall experience. Unless you're picky, then it may be a no thank you. Next door to Docking Bay 7, you have Ronto Roasters, a quick grab-and-go place with mobile order. Although the line usually moves pretty fast here. They just have 2 options here, the Ronto wrap, which is a pork sausage, or Ronto-less wrap, which is a plant-based sausage. I way prefer the Ronto-less wrap. The kimchi slaw with the cucumbers and its dressing are so good and packed with a ton of flavor. You can also get fun specialty fruit drinks here. Overall, I give it 4 Mickeys for packing in so much flavor and fun theming into such a small grab-and-go place. Now let's saddle up while we enter the last land of our trip, Frontierland, the home of Rancho del Zocalo. One of the few quick service locations that does not offer mobile order, which is actually a good thing here. It has your typical Americanized Mexican style food, complete with tacos, burritos, nachos, enchiladas, and taco salads. It's surprisingly vegetarian friendly here. My husband loves the cauliflower tacos. I love that they always have horchata here, and always a good little seasonal dessert as well. All in all, Rancho gets 3 Mickeys for being a plenty fine place to grab a quick meal. In Frontierland and nearly every other land in the parks, you'll also find Mickey pretzels everywhere. From your basic salted to your sweet or spicy, filled and stuffed pretzels, you can't go wrong either way. Across the way you'll find the Golden Horseshoe, a Disneyland classic from the get-go. The kind of place where you can grab yourself some fish and chips, chicken tenders, a salad, or randomly enough, some mozzarella sticks, which kinda doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, a tasty ice cream sundae or an ice cream float, either by ordering at the register or by mobile order. Then you can grab your food and find a seat in the saloon-style indoor seating and enjoy an old-timey Western-style show. Which back in the day used to be can-can girls and performers like that. These days it's mostly piano players. This fall you'll find a pecan pie sundae there. And it gets 4 Mickeys, mostly due to the experience, not necessarily the food. Right next door to the Golden Horseshoe is the Stage Door Cafe. You can blink and miss it really, and it almost looks like it's part of the Golden Horseshoe anyway. It has very similar food, like chicken tenders, fish and chips, but then it also has the hand-dipped corn dogs, and then big old funnel cakes. This fall you'll find a funnel cake that is topped with banana cream, Oreo cookie dust, and candy corns. This is a quick grab-and-go place with your basic theme park food and great seating options for watching Fantasmic when that comes back. Overall, it gets 3 Mickeys for me. Of course, if you want something a little bit classier, more of a sit-down restaurant type of place, you can do the Riverbell Terrace. You can make reservations at the Riverbell Terrace or join the walk-up list. It's actually probably one of the easier restaurants to get into. I'm not going to lie, I kinda struggle with the Riverbell just because I feel like its prices are really high for what you're actually getting. And it's really heavy barbecue style food, so sometimes after a long day of eating at the park all day, I just can't quite stomach such a gut buster. The food is fairly tasty here, I just can't quite justify spending $22 on mac and cheese or pulled pork with tater tots. A $22 sandwich should never come with tater tots in my view. I hate to be negative, but this is my honest opinion. Riverbell gets the Serious Gutbuster Award and only 3 Mickeys, because the value doesn't quite match the price. Of course, you can't forget those infamous little Mickey-shaped ice cream pops sold at little carts throughout the parks. They're not the fanciest ice cream in the world, but there's something so fun and nostalgic about eating those little Mickey-shaped ice creams while running around from ride to ride. And hey, if you like this video today, you'll like this other video of mine on the right side of your screen. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content just like this.